This message is going to be for my Leos out there, or Leo cross watcher. Thank you guys for being here with me today. I'm shedding over here. So I have a first time for you guys. Yes, at least I believe this is the first time that this has happened to me. For you, for Scorpios, I for sure have had dreams. For Aries, I've had dreams. There's a couple other signs I've gotten dreams for. Never Leo, at least that I remember off the top of my head. But guess what I did? So last night I finished Cancer's message that'll be posted here today. And I was like, I can't, nothing's coming to me. Except for something. There was something that kind of stood out to me, and I'll get to that later. Just something me and my daughter shared. It was like a cool little bonding moment we did. And she's a Leo. So I was like, oh, I'm going to talk about that in Leo's message today. But anyway, same as I do for other signs, I laid down and I started meditating on you guys' energy, just seeing if anything came up. Nothing came up, and what happened, I ended up falling asleep as I was meditating on Leo, okay? Remember, guys, if I haven't said this already, this can also be reversed. But anyway, so I did have a dream last night. I feel like these are crooked. In my dream, it was very short. It seemed to not last very long, but I was in this home of a girl who seemed to be like a close friend of mine. She seemed to also be rather either spiritual or religious. She had blonde hair. It was very pretty too. She had it put up all cute. It was curly. I couldn't tell if it was fixed curly or if it was naturally curly, but it was gorgeous on her. And it seemed effortless, like an effortless look. I'm going to try to get every detail I can get, okay? But she was blonde. She wore kind of like a body figure, what do you call that? Like a bodycon dress. It was flattering to her figure. She had a beautiful figure, and she was with a man. Now, I think the man was probably her husband. In the dream, it alluded to, no, it was her husband, because she told me that they had just been married 6 to 7 months. Yes. So anyway, we were kind of in the kitchen area. It was like an open floor plan, and he was in like the living room, sitting room area on a recliner, just one little one-seater, like a love seat, but smaller. And he asked her what we were going to do for the night. She's like, oh, we're just going to hang out. You know, we don't really know. He's like, okay. So I step out first. I step out on the front porch first. She had a very large front porch. It seemed to be made not with the house. It seemed to be added on, if that means anything. Maybe any of these details are significant for some of you. Some of you could know how to build, or somebody you know knows how to build, or something to do with a built-on deck. Maybe a built-on deck around a pool. I'm just now getting that. Anyway, so I walk outside and it's freezing, okay? So I have my little coat on, but we're dressed cute. Like, we're definitely going out. We're both wearing high heels. She comes out after me and we're standing on the porch. And we were standing really close to each other, right? So I'm like, what are we going to do? She's like, I don't know. She had a really sweet voice. She's like, I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. You know, it is whatever. It's kind of chilly out here, though. I'm like, yeah, I know. And now, mind you, when we went outside, I don't know if I've already said this, it was nighttime. Like, pretty dark. It looked like it was late. Like, we had no business going out this late. Especially what we did next was really weird. So then the husband comes out after her, and he's like, okay, honey, I'll see you later. They gave each other a kiss, and he walks down the stairs of the porch, and he goes off down what looks like their driveway, but they had a very long driveway, I guess, and there was lights over the driveway, just a few. So he starts walking. He don't get in a car. He starts walking down the lit driveway, okay? And then me and her take off in our high heels down into the other end of the driveway-ish looking part. And there were no lights down this area. We were basically walking into the darkness, into like the woods. And after we get into the woods, we didn't even have to walk that far, if that's significant here. We didn't. It was like close to the house. And we get in there, and all of a sudden, this freaking suspenseful music started playing. Let me tell you, when I say I have never, and I mean never, I dream a lot, guys. I get a lot of messages through my dreams. I mean, it's often. But I have never had, like, theme music playing in my dream. Theme music plays in shit like movies, right? Or, you know, I don't know, commercials. But not in a dream. I've never, ever. So, I mean, I can hear this playing in my mind, okay? It was suspenseful, but not creepy. It was nothing creepy. There was not a creepy vibe to it. But suspenseful and almost, I think it was a violin. It sounded like somebody was playing the violin. And our outfits changed, guys. Our whole entire outfits changed. We were not in high heels anymore in these little, you know, snug-fitting dresses. we were in what seemed like a different time. Okay, like we had these things on our head that almost, do you know, I don't know if you guys remember this, but do you remember back in the early 90s, kind of late, well, I guess it was maybe mid 90s, late 90s actually. Girls used to wear, I guess guys could do it too, you know, you would get them from these stores called like Sanrio Surprises or Limited 2. That was a store, I don't know if it still is, but, and they were like a headband, a faux headband, and it was like a bandana, like a, but it was not a real one you wrap around your head, you just put it on your head. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? That's kind of what we were wearing on our heads, but they were white. And then our dress were very simple. Simple. The dresses we were wearing, it kind of reminded me of like when Cinderella is cleaning the floor. Very humble dresses, very humble outfits, you know. And I woke up. Now, what kind of message are we going to get out of that? I have no clue, but I figured I'm just going to talk about the dream first. If you guys are new here, I will sometimes get whatever messages I got for the sign the night before, the day before, and then we'll talk about them and get some sort of message out of them. The other thing I wanted to talk about, the bonding moment I had with my daughter, my Leo daughter, is I've been doing remote viewing. I kind of explained that to you guys. I don't know if I did in Leo's message, but in somebody's message I was talking about doing remote viewing. And remote viewing is basically where you get a target, so you can get like an image, a picture off of the internet or whatever. And let's say it's a place or an object. You don't tell the person, right? You take this object and that's the only thing in front of you that you're looking at or you're holding in your hand. And then you have a person clear their mind completely and they start picking up on things, taste, sound, texture, anything, right? It could physically affect people. They may physically get, maybe they get cold, and in the image you're holding or looking at on your phone, maybe it's a winter image. You see what I'm saying? Kind of like that. So we were doing this on the way to the doctor, and I was just seeing if she could do it, right? I was shocked how gifted she is. Okay, maybe that's relevant here. Somebody could be shocked how gifted you are, Leo or Leo crosswatcher, vice versa. You may be shocked how gifted someone is. But anyway, I'm also hearing gifted program. Somebody's really smart here, you know. Anyway, so yeah, she said sharp was one thing she picked up on. And then these birds started flying out in front of the car. Like, oddly though, birds fly every day, you know. But this was really interesting, and I smiled when I saw it, because you'll know when I get to the image. This bird flew out in front of the car and like swooped down on the road. I mean, it was very exaggerated, and I'm like, I see you, God. And then what is the next? Oh, she said, I don't see anything else in the picture. It seems like whatever object is in your picture, it's just the object. There's nothing else in the background. And if I can remember, I'll try to put the exact image that I had pulled up on my phone up here somewhere so you guys can see. Let me tell you, when I had an image on my phone of a parrot, I think it's a parrot. Look at me. I think it's a parrot. Yeah, I think it was a parrot. Anyway, it was a bird, of all things. And anyway, I think I forgot to tell you this. When she saw the bird, she goes, oh, bird. I mean, we saw birds the whole time we were driving. And the one time, you know, she was doing the whole remote viewing, she verbally said, oh, bird. But didn't realize that was part of the message, right? So, I just thought those things were interesting, and I was like, wow. So when I showed her the image, she was shocked how accurate she was. She didn't get any colors or anything, but I was like impressed for her first time. And then being in a vehicle, so a lot of people, at least me, I like to be in quiet. I don't like distractions, and I like my eyes closed. Her eyes were open when I tell you. She had her one earphone in, or AirPod, and she was listening to music in the other ear. There were cars passing and birds flying and trees, you know, going, and she picked up on it. I was like, wow, girl, you are a force to be reckoned with. I was a proud mama. I was a proud mama. Okay. Anyway, right now we're going to get a message out of it. Oh, look, I spent the whole time talking about that. Well, that's okay. We'll just let the timer go off. So, yeah. Oh, I wrote something down before we started. I wrote building towards a connection, because that's what I heard. So either building towards strengthening a connection that's already existent, strengthening a friendship, strengthening a relationship with somebody in the family, strengthening a relationship with somebody in a partner of yours or someone else's family. Okay? It's strengthening a connection. Could be at work. Making it stronger, building the trust, building the respect. I'm hearing mutual respect. Somebody here could also be, well, I was going to say wondering, but I was about to say worrying. Could be wondering if it's possible if you and them could strengthen a connection, vice versa. Is it possible that we could really work on this? As with anything you work on, like remote viewing, you work on it to become stronger and more accurate, you know? As with learning a language, like I'm learning Spanish, it's work. It takes work. It takes time. It takes a lot of effort and patience. Relationships take that. Friendships take that, you know? This could also be rebuilding a connection. I'm going to say it's somebody on the outside of you guys, but you definitely can reverse this. I think somebody wants to strengthen something with you here. And they may not come out and say that. I mean, maybe they do in the near future at some point, or maybe they're saying it now. But if they don't say it, because I'm not really getting a lot of verbalization, it's like they're thinking it. Somebody's thinking like, I want to get closer to Leo or Crosswatcher. It would be a good idea for us to get closer to each other. For me to get to know them better. For me to, if maybe they already know you, but it's like for me to get closer to them. For them to know that I'm good people. I come in peace. I mean no harm. Don't tell me that was a dog barking in the distance. Could have been in my head. So yeah, building a connection. Okay, let's talk about the dream for a minute though. So the dream, you know, I had a friend with me. She was my friend. So friendships seem to be strong during this time, or you and another person will build a friendship over time. It's just going to get stronger and stronger. I feel like you at least have one strong feminine friend, okay? Or you will. If you don't yet, you will. Doesn't mean y'all hang out. Maybe you aren't able to, but the bond between you and another is going to be very strong, okay? Definitely. Especially a friend. However, a partnership, maybe that could be going separate ways, only because what did I say in the vision, the dream? The dream is a vision, though. Her husband went down a completely different path than we did. That doesn't mean people are going to split up in the near future if anybody's in a relationship here. However, you know what I get from that? Some people may be in a relationship, but then, you know, sometimes you just want to hang out with your friends. Like maybe you're spending too much time with a partner and you're like, I just want to spend time with my friends. And if you're not going through this, guys, could be someone on the outside of you that's maybe you're their friend and they're in a relationship and they want to spend time with you more. They've been around their partner 24/7. Or maybe it's like a kid of yours who's dating age or is an adult now, and you know they want to get away from a partner or someone. If it's not a romantic partner, it could be a roommate. They want to get away from somebody they live with. It's like for their own mental sanity, they just need a break. Go to a different time. Because what did I say? We went into a completely different time. Even if somebody has to start over, though, I feel like somebody could be starting over here in the near future. Could be starting completely over, or just have started over. There's a level of starting over here. Could be starting over together, starting out on a new foot together, starting fresh from the beginning. Can we start out on a better foot? So if there's been any issues with anyone, even neighbors, you know, there's a possibility of things being worked on as long as two people are willing to work together, walk hand in hand, you know, be patient with each other, hear each other out, things like that. Be respectful of each other. But there are people who will be going separate ways. It feels cordial to me, though. You know, we're going to go our separate ways cordially. Now, it could just be that maybe you have to go house sit for somebody, or someone's coming to house sit for you, and you're going to be going one way, and they're going to be staying there at the house, watching the house, or something along those lines, you know? Vice versa. Yeah, I'm itching now. What is this? Someone may also here have gotten too comfortable in a situation. Why? Because the husband was sitting on a couch, like a little love seat recliner type thing. So maybe someone here has gotten a little too comfortable with the situation as it's been, and somebody's going to start switching something up, changing it up a little bit. What do we do in the vision, in the dream? We changed. So someone is going to change to a degree. There will be a level of change here. Maybe change is they want to start dressing different, or they want to actually like go hang out with their friends, or they want to have more independence. You know, there will be a change coming, but it is a needed change. It's a good change. It's good for really everybody involved. There's a need for space and time. There's a need for friendship. For some, there's a need for starting over. There's also a need for others in getting to know each other better or getting closer. A need for a little bit of time out, a break. Now, what's up with the music, though? Suspenseful music, like... And you know what's interesting is his path was lit, and mine was not. It's like I chose a different path that wasn't so clear. Choosing a path that isn't so clear for some, I mean, honestly, anytime you do something that's new, there really isn't 100% clarity in it because you don't know what to expect. You haven't experienced it yet. However, where we traveled seemed to be back in time. It seemed like we did know what we were going to expect, although we were different. I don't know if you're reconnecting with somebody here in the near future, and it's going to be like a blast from the past, like connecting back in time, or it's going to feel that way at least. If you didn't know each other before and you're kind of reconnecting now, you know, it's going to feel as if you guys have known each other forever in a different time. Something like that. Now, it could also be where if anybody's in a relationship here, they may get tired, though. I have to be honest. Somebody may get tired here with having to always tell a partner where they're going or something. Like, I always have to tell you where I'm going. Because, you know, he asked her in my dream, where are you going? And she kind of made sure that we went a different path than him. Could also be that someone here feels like they never get time to themselves, or they never get time to talk to their friends or their family or something, because they're always with somebody, or someone's always got to know where they're at. If nobody else is involved, you may feel like someone's just always got to know where you're at. You're always answering to somebody. If it's not a partner, it could be your children, you know. Where are you at? You know, where are you at? I need to know, or something like that. Somebody's always got to know. And you may just want a moment to, like, even if you're just in your house and you're not actually driving anywhere or walking anywhere, it could be where you're like, just for a minute, I want to take a poop in peace. You know, something like that. Some of you may feel like somebody that lives with you, doesn't have to be kids, but it could be someone who is relying on you in some degree. Could just be energetically. And it's, or vice versa, you know, but it's like, can I not, like, walk out here or go in here or do this without you following me? Why am I getting that? I'm picking up on a whole bunch of scenarios, guys, and I actually have a lot to do. I've got to help my mom today. I've got to help her the next couple of days, and she's about to have knee surgeries, guys, which is awful. It's awful. I think I mentioned that in Taurus's message. It's coming up. And she already takes care of my mom. I mean, my grandma. She's basically my mom, too. So, and then when she can't, because she can't bathe her, her knees kill her, I have to help with that. So I'm like, oh my God, it's about to get real crazy in the near future, you know. Why am I bringing that up? Oh, because I have to hurry up. I really do have to hurry, but I don't have long before I gotta go. But it's almost that that idea too of vehicle. Yeah, I gotta go. There's things that need to be done. Somebody here needs to get something done. It's time. Maybe somebody's been too relaxed about something. They've been waiting too long to do something. And it's like, all right, the time is coming when we're going to have to basically, when we need, right? I'm talking about the needs. When we need to make up our mind, we need to make a decision. Somebody needs to make a decision about which path to take, which way are we going to go. Are we going to choose the path that we don't know how it's going to turn out, you know? Or are we going to choose this path? Now, also, if somebody wants to reach out to someone here, this is very specific, but I'm getting it, and then we'll go. I feel like I could actually stay on this one for a while. I could draw a whole lot of messages from that. And if I need to later when I'm done helping my mom, I will get back on here and do a second part like I did last time for you guys. Somebody here may need to reconnect with somebody or connect in general, like do something, get something done. And they're debating on whether or not they should involve a partner of theirs or a family member of theirs or a friend or somebody, bring someone along, or if they should just go by themselves. They may feel it could be a lot easier and a lot less stressful if they do something on their own, if they go alone, if they meet someone alone, if they, you know what I'm saying, instead of involving another person or other people. They may feel that that could end poorly because we dressed more poorly. Our outfits completely changed. So someone may feel that if they take a certain path or make a certain decision or move, especially involving another person or other people, that it could end poorly. But if they go about it themselves and handle the situation themselves, that it could be a lot smoother. They think it would end better. I'm getting one more thing. Hold on. Something about the porch, right? So we were on the porch. Leaving. I don't know. Somebody could be leaving. I think somebody's just leaving home for the day or leaving to go somewhere. And it's like, what are we going to do? Who are we going to get to watch so-and-so or something? Pick up so-and-so because I've got to go this way. It's like making plans. It just seems like daily plans, right? But it could also be like someone could be planning on leaving someone. Because what were we doing? We were leaving the house. And we split up. So it's like somebody could be considering moving out, leaving an individual, leaving a place of residence, or biding their time, can't wait for the day, or maybe there has already been that leaving. There's some sort of leaving and moving here I'm picking up on. Also, though, if you have any like teenagers or anyone like this, you could be like, stay with your friends, buddy system. Even if they're not teenagers, could be like they're going on a field trip or something. But it's like, do not leave the, what do they call that? Chaperone? Don't leave. You stay with them or something, Or it could be a decision of, should I go with them to this appointment? Should I go with them to this? Should I go? Or should I just stay back? Which way would be better? But that's what I'm getting, guys. Again, I could stay on this forever. There's a lot more I could get if I had more time, but such is life. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Trust your intuition, I want to say. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition. Going back to the remote viewing I was teaching my daughter, I had nothing to teach her. She already knew. Trust your gut on something. If your gut tells you it's better for you to do something on your own, do it on your own. If your gut tells you it's better to, it's some sort of decision, right? If your gut tells you need to leave, leave. If your gut tells you need to trust your decisions and your intuition, trust your gut, because it's 100% right. That's what I'm going to say. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.